This week in artificial intelligence, the future moved from your feed to your face, from the cloud to your phone, and from optional to default at work. Would you wear computers on your face? Meta just launched new smart glasses with a display in the lens, and a wristband that reads "Your nerves." Some say it's the future. Others say it's too close for comfort. Later in this video, we'll also look at Apple's new on-device intelligence and Microsoft's plan to put Copilot on your PC by default. Meta unveiled new smart glasses with an on-lens display and a neural wristband. Apple began rolling out fresh Apple Intelligence features across iPhone, iPad, and Mac. And Microsoft is preparing to place a Copilot app on millions of Windows machines by default in October. Later in this episode, a quick look at what Amazon could announce at its hardware event in just a few days, and why that matters for your home. Let's dive in. Meta's latest glasses push a simple idea: assistance you don't have to hold. The design looks like classic eyewear, but inside is a small color display projected onto one lens, plus a camera, speakers, and microphones for hands-free capture and calls. The companion neural wristband reads tiny electrical signals from your forearm so you can control the glasses with subtle finger motions. In plain English, glanceable directions, captions, and prompts, without reaching for a phone. The pitch is convenience. You are cooking and your hands are messy. Ask for a timer or a conversion. You are cycling and need turn-by-turn navigation. See it as a discrete overlay. You are on a call and want to share what you are seeing. Send a quick clip from your own point of view. Because the display is built into the frame, you keep your head up and your phone pocketed. Early demos highlight live translation, quick replies in messaging, and image understanding for objects in view. Of course, the counter-argument arrives just as quickly: social norms and privacy. Cameras on faces make people uneasy. Even with a recording light, not everyone will trust it or notice it. Battery life, comfort, and durability decide if the novelty survives daily use. Then there is the value equation. These glasses cost real money. Are the on-face benefits strong enough to justify a premium over your existing phone plus earbuds? There is also the question of where this goes next. If glasses become the new first screen, interfaces will need to be reimagined for glances, gestures, and short bursts of attention. That is a different design problem than scrolling on a slab of glass. Done well, it could be the most human way to use AI tools that appear only when needed and fade away when they are not. Done poorly, it becomes a camera on your face and yet another notification stream. My take: we are finally seeing wearables that serve a real workflow, capturing, translating, and guiding without asking you to change your life. But the difference between cool gadget and daily habit will come down to comfort, battery, and whether the on-lens visuals are genuinely helpful in motion. If Meta nails those, on-face assistance stops being a party trick and becomes the next big interface. Now to Apple, and a quieter shift with big implications. Apple is rolling out new Apple Intelligence features across the ecosystem. The theme is simple: more tasks handled privately on your device, and smarter actions stitched into the apps you already use. Live translation that works in your conversations. Visual intelligence that understands what is on your screen and offers relevant actions. Shortcuts that chain tasks together with less setup and more context. Apple's approach leans on two promises. First, privacy by design. Keep as much processing as possible on your iPhone, iPad, or Mac. Second, practicality. Surface intelligence inside everyday flows so you do not have to learn a new app or a new habit. If it succeeds, you feel less like you are using an AI tool and more like your device just became better at the things you already do: summarizing, responding, organizing, and retrieving. There are caveats. Availability varies by device, language, and region. Some features will arrive in waves rather than all at once, and real-world usefulness depends on reliability. Quiet, consistent wins beat flashy demos every time. But directionally, this is the most Apple way to ship artificial intelligence. Ship it as ambience, not spectacle. What should you actually try first? Use on-device summarizing for long messages so you can scan and act faster. Use visual understanding for what is currently on screen, documents, images, or maps, to jump straight into the next action. And explore intelligent shortcuts that turn 2 or 3 taps into one. None of this is headline grabbing on its own. Taken together, it is the difference between a smart device and a truly helpful one. And then there's the workplace. Microsoft says that starting in October, a Microsoft 365 Copilot app will begin appearing by default on Windows machines that already have the Office suite installed, outside the European Economic Area, where different rules apply. Think of it as a central doorway to generative features across Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. The goal is obvious. Make assistance the front door, not an optional add-on. For many people, that will be helpful. A single icon in the Start menu that can draft, summarize, rewrite, extract, and automate saves time hunting through plugins. For businesses, the promise is standardization, training the workforce on one entry point, managed by existing admin controls. If you are an IT admin, you can opt out or manage the rollout in your Microsoft 365 settings. But default also means disputed. Some users will call it bloat. Some will worry about the privacy of prompts and outputs. Some will argue that Microsoft is forcing a new habit rather than earning it. The truth will depend on your setup. If your organization has clear data boundaries and policies, this can be a productivity boost. If not, it becomes yet another icon employees learn to ignore. A practical tip as this lands: treat assistants like a new colleague. Give it small, well-scoped tasks. Check its work. Save and reuse prompts that proved reliable. And keep sensitive data out of prompts unless your company has explicitly configured a safe environment with the right controls. You will move faster without taking on risk you did not mean to accept. So where does that leave us this week? On your face, on your phone, and on your desktop. 3 fronts where AI is becoming ambient. Not a separate thing you use, but an invisible layer behind your daily actions. That is the long-term story. Tools that disappear. One to watch in the next few days: Amazon's Devices and Services event. Expect fresh Echo hardware, updates to the voice assistant, and tighter links between home gadgets and generative features. If Amazon can combine local processing with smarter routines, think lighting, security, energy, and entertainment that anticipate instead of merely respond, your living room becomes the next battleground. The question is whether always ready still feels always listening, and how Amazon proves trust, not just convenience. Here's the bigger picture as all of this converges. Wearables aim to be helpful without being rude. Phones aim to be private without being limited. Work apps aim to be powerful without being chaotic. The winners in this next phase will be the teams that make intelligence feel natural, fast, reliable, and respectful of your attention. What would you actually use this month? On-face guidance for capture and translation, on-device features that summarize and take the next action, or a desktop assistant that helps you grind through documents, slides, and spreadsheets? Tell me where the real value lands for you. I'll feature the sharpest answers in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to AI Unlocked and share this with someone who's deciding whether to try glasses, phone features, or a new Copilot at work. Because the future isn't coming, it's already here.